Warami Nalawa, welcome to Yellomundee Regional Park, where we are bringing fire back into our bush management.
We're 11 months on since we were last year together, doing that very thing, putting cultural fire into this, what we call a case study area. So we're going to move around a little bit and have a look at what the results of that burn that was done 11 months ago.
We've got Danny, who's our bushcare coordinator. He's been with us for 6 years now and manages the site and the volunteers. The work that we do as a bushcare group before the fire sticks can be undertaken is sort of clear out this understory of Lantana that's been here for many years, and also the lovegrass, which we're working on. But we wanted to show you the results of the cultural burn, which you can see here.
This area was burnt about 12 months ago, and we can see some of the regen happening here now. So we've got a white cedar that probably existed before the burn, but what's happened is the top's been burnt off and it's coming back and now able to flourish because we've opened up and gotten rid of something that would have been reducing its ability to grow, which is African lovegrass. But just underneath here we have an implexa, which is an acacia that's sprouted and growing. We have a forest nightshade, a Solanum, that's a ground cover that's coming back. Enchylaena, which again is a ground cover, a native ground cover that's growing. Here we have an anadia or a salt bush that's providing a good ground cover for us also. So yeah, the fire is really assisting in the regeneration of this particular area. This area here was absolutely chock-a-block with Lantana, and underneath Lantana, where the Lantana would stop, would be African lovegrass. So these ground covers just didn't exist. Or if they did exist, they're in very small numbers. Yeah, what the fire's done is help that to regenerate.
In your view, is it the fire, or is it the fact that the canopy or the small canopy has been taken out, it's given it sunlight? Is it a combination of things?
It's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Because the fire hasn't killed the African lovegrass, what it did is it took the top off. The sunlight could reach the soil, the moisture could reach the soil, so that we had those dormant seeds germinating, and that gave us the opportunity then to come through and to take out the lovegrass by hand.
And initially it was brought in for that reason, to stabilise following mining of the area, to stabilise the soils. They brought this plan in to stabilise it. So it's been brought in for that reason, and it's doing its job in that regard, but outcompeting the natives.
And I've said this before, but I just want to continue to acknowledge it. The fact that we were able to put this fire in 11 months ago was that through the hard work of cutting that stuff in the background, that Lantana, that forest of Lantana, because you can't put that fire in until that has been mechanically cut down, stockpiled and dried out, and that's what allowed us to put this fire in. So there's a lot of hard work that leads up to this. Us doing the fire is relatively easy in some respects, but I want to certainly personally acknowledge the work of Yellomundee bushcare, Aboriginal bushcare, that have been here doing the hard yards for quite a while, and all their volunteers and all their great people. And we've got some more in the back here. Where are these mob from, Danny?
They're part of the Green Army. That's part of one of the government initiatives to get some people out into the field, assisting with environmental works. There's a team there doing a good job.
Why don't we go over and have a yarn with them? Huh?
This is another lovegrass.
Oh yeah, we saw that with the purple and white.
Well done. Clustered lovegrass.
Is that to stay or go?
So that's to stay. So yeah, just watch the seed head. Yeah, it's clustered lovegrass, which is a really good example. Yeah. So we've got two of the native lovegrasses here. Yeah.
So therein lies the challenge of doing this kind of work, and these fellas are here from the Green Army treating the bad lovegrass, the African lovegrass, and Danny tells us that we've got two native versions of a lovegrass. So Danny, do you want to talk more about these so we can, for the untrained eye, we can pick up on what's the good stuff?
Yeah, so we have a look here, and these Green Army are working through and getting out the African lovegrass. So African lovegrass is this particular grass here, which grows in a tuft, and basically nothing grazes it, so it outcompetes most things. Right next to it though, we have a native lovegrass called clustered lovegrass. with an entirely different seed head, so it's quite different, but a good guy. And back here, another lovegrass, which wouldn't be here if the African lovegrass was just left alone. It would outcompete it. And this is Brown's lovegrass.
Because admittedly, if I saw that, I'd just go, oh, that's just another African lovegrass. So is it just that its habit's different? Does it just sort of sit different as well?
Yep.
Is that the thing?
Yep. So the seed head is actually different. See how the seed head is more spaced? More spaced.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah. The seed itself is different. The seed, when you have a look at the seed individually, seed's quite big.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just general form. It's a greeny colour and not a glauky bluey colour. And it's just had a different habit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would wallabies eat that? Or?
Wallabies would love this, and they'd leave this other stuff alone, the African lovegrass alone. The main difference is size. They're called lovegrass in that group because they all got this seed head, which is a whole series of little seeds tucked in underneath one another. So yeah, all the lovegrasses basically have that style of seed. Yeah.
Distinct difference though once you put them
It is,
close
yeah,
together.
yeah, different form,
Yeah.
yep. Different look, yeah. But you know, 1, 2, 3, chalk and cheese, aren't they?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chris, we're just looking at this wattle here,
Coming up through
and
the Lantana.
and looking at the fact that this is an implexa. The reason why I know it's an implexa, it's got this phyllote, a type of leaf here, and right above us is an implexa that's dropped the seed. But interesting to note that the leaf, when it's a juvenile plant, has got this bipinnate leaf. Bipinnate means it's got a central rachis and leaflets on the side. It stops growing those as it matures and just develops these phyllotes. Yeah, so that's a young Acacia implexa that would have come up in response to the fire, the burning. And if you have a look down here underneath here, there's a whole raft of smaller ones coming up. This one here is probably only a matter of a few months old. These other ones would be a full 12 months old, that biggest one. And yeah, what we've got is germinating happening right through under here. Quite a number of them.
Well, apart from looking at the good stuff that's coming back after the cultural fire, we've also got to recognise that other things are still coming back. The stuff that we don't necessarily want, the other stuff that's responded to the fire as well, and to the fact that the space has been opened up. So Danny, did you want to talk about some of those other bad fellas, if you like, that we need to get on top of in this area?
So what the fire did, of course, is open up the area and has, to some degree, encouraged regeneration, but that also means not just natives, but to some degree regeneration of weeds. So we have a look at this area. This was burnt 12 months ago?
11 months ago?
Yeah, 11 months ago. And the response here, and obviously this is an area that we haven't come back and managed to do any follow-up on. Let's have a look what's here. We've got Lantana coming back, and when you have a look at it, yeah, look, you know, it's come back from seed, probably about 8 months, something like that. We have Paddy's lucerne coming back again, come back from a seed. Over here we've got blackberry nightshade coming back. We've got some lovegrass coming back, which would have been burnt down to ground level. We have a real weed in this area, blue heliotrope, which is a ground cover that when we first started working in this area, where all this anadia is, this plant here, that's probably replaced this blue heliotrope that we've really tried to get rid of from the area. So yeah, there's lots of things coming back.
Look what Wayne's got here.
Yeah, Wayne's got something in his hand here.
The cactus started rooting.
Yeah,
That
so
sent shivers up my spine, that one.
it's like one of the cactus pears, and just one leaf on the ground, and you can see it's just been sitting on the ground. It started to shoot already. So that was left on the ground. that would turn into a like a 2 metre by 2 metre big cactus. Yeah, so we need to dispose of that. You can have that back, Wayne. Yeah. Tobacco, wild tobacco coming back. Yeah, one of those opportunistic weeds that has the potential to take over a lot of this area.
One of our catchphrases, if you like, is let's see what happens in this area of Yellomundee Regional Park and in terms of this work that we're doing, because there's a lot that's unknown. Cultural fire and the way that that knowledge has been passed on is that it is the frequency of burning. And that's what we need to consider if we're going to apply cultural fire. I know that the elders that pass on that knowledge now would say, yeah, put another fire in. And that's the cultural approach to burn, as opposed to manually pulling, which is, I guess, the bushcare, landcare, contemporary land management approach. And both of them certainly do work well together. But we have to consider when we're going to do another burn and how that will affect not only these bad fellas, if you like, but also the good things that are coming back. So it really is a balancing act, and it's something that we've got to try and get right. My strong motivations are cultural fire, whereas Danny's might be the landcare, bushcare principles about pulling the weeds, and that's great because these fellas are still doing the hard yards. Hopefully we'll get to this good balance of being able to put cultural fire in and watching the results of it helping that process of getting on top of these weeds which are just running dormant still. But the real positive thing, 11 months on, is that we're seeing some really good stuff come back. So, you know, it is, let's see what happens, but to my mind, it looks like it's heading in the right direction. So we just need to keep it up, keep the work up, and keep the focus on and keep this project going. I think that's the other beauty of this, is that you've got people from different backgrounds and different levels of knowledge about different things that come together, and we teach each other. We're passing knowledge on to each other. So because half of these things I wouldn't have even known, to be honest, whether they're a native or not. And I learn, as we all do, from each other.
We can see the importance of having people like Danny here to help us through this. Our people have been out of the bush for 100 years. That knowledge we've lost, and we're regaining it. And so, yeah, this presents a beautiful opportunity for us to relearn and reconnect with the country again. So, yeah, we need this beautiful man here.
Thanks, Chris.